What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought? Who's calling, bro?
Oh, it's just business, you know.
What do you do?
I do Lego videos on YouTube.
And how long have you been doing that?
Well, I started in 2015, so that was like 9 years ago from now. But it didn't start becoming a job until about 2 years ago.
And did you go to school?
I did 1 year at college, and then I convinced my mom to like let me drop out.
How much money is enough to drop out of school?
I would say like 10K a month or more.
What's the most expensive thing you bought?
My house.
And how much did that cost?
It was about $6 in US. Wait, hold on, bro.
No, you keep going.
According to my in V-Bucks, approximately.
And how much did that cost?
About $600,000.
Was buying the house a good investment?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's already appreciated because it was like a new neighborhood that I moved in.
What's the main source of revenue for you?
Just YouTube, honestly. Yeah, just YouTube revenue from ads.
So what do you do?
Make 50K a month off brain rot.
This is the brain rot god himself, Mr. Jack K.
Grimace.
What's the most amount of money you've made in a day from brain rot?
6K.
Do you do one channel?
Nah, 3.
3.
Yeah.
What are the 3 channels?
One is called K, one is called K Shorts, one is called Leaf.
What's the biggest purchase you've ever made?
I paid up front for a Miami apartment for a year. That was 50K.
How long did it take for you to start making money on YouTube?
A few months.
A few months?
Yeah.
The first ever channel?
No, I was editing for people for like a year. Like I worked for like Berserk and Luffler and Ian Rocks. And then I made a channel. My first month was like 40K.
What did you learn from working for big YouTubers?
How to like manage stuff, how to operate, just everything about YouTube, how to make videos. I got the experience before having to like do the things to get experience. That makes sense.
I found a guy who runs a lot of kids channels and we're gonna ask him some questions right now. Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's the most amount of money you made in one day?
I think it was like 12K USD,
How old are you?
17.
And how many channels do you run?
Right now 3, but in my total lifetime, I think probably like 8.
What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought?
Probably my computer. I don't really spend a lot of money.
How much was
I
that?
think like 5K USD, I don't remember.
How much does it cost a month to run a business of 10 employees?
For me, I think my expenses are like 15 to 20K a month. It varies per month.
I'm here with
Ian,
Ian. How old are you?
20.
And what do you do for a living?
I help people with their YouTube channels, and I also grow my own YouTube channels.
What's the most amount of money you've made in 1 month?
In 1 month, 125K take home,
What's the most amount of money you made in 1 day?
10K.
What sort of content do you make?
Skibbity toilet, Minecraft, brain rot.
What's the most amount of money you spend in 1 day?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about my car, I bought my Corvette in cash.
How much was that?
110.
Was it a good investment?
Oh, absolutely. I went broke after, but
What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought?
besides the car, the watch. This
This watch?
AP, Royal Oak, it was 34K.
Nice.
It's pretty cheap though. I mean, I could definitely do better.
What's the best investment you've ever made?
Probably the watch or the car.
Does that increase in value?
I don't care.
Have you ever been broke?
I still am, yeah. But yeah, no, I actually have been broke. During COVID, I didn't have any money.
But how did you get out of being broke?
I just started making money. I don't know. I don't know.
What do you do?
I'm a guy who runs a bunch of automated faceless channels on YouTube.
How old are you?
18.
And what's the biggest month you've ever had?
Revenue-wise was around $160,000.
How many channels do you run?
Run about 4 YouTube channels, but I'm looking to get into more.
Did Sydney Sweeney DM you?
Yeah, she DMs me a lot. I had to block her on all social media. She's like coming to my parents' house now. Like, I don't even know what to do about that issue. The cops are after me, so like I can't actually file a restraining order. Ideally, I would. It's just like my aura is so big. It's kind of like an restraining order in itself. Like once they start coming in, they just get so mesmerized that like they can't really come any closer. The same thing with like Olivia Rodrigo, a bunch of people. I don't know what you're laughing about. This is just disrespectful.
No,
These are serious daily issues that I'm dealing with. I had someone like sneak under my bed. Some like, I forgot her name. What was it? Sabrina Carpet? Some carpet
yeah,
girl.
sure,
Sabrina Carpenter or something like that.
I'm here with
Malad.
Millard. What sort of content do you make?
So I started off by making first-person subway POV videos talking about working at my parents' store. More recently, I've been on a mission to work every job possible, and probably gonna start making more candy content.
So your family own a Subway. What's the story of that?
So the store got down to about like $200 to $300 a day because of COVID. About like 3 months to 6 months after I started making the Subway content, our store kind of increased sales to like $2,000 a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Your parents must be proud of you.
Yeah, my parents are happy.
Do you have a business?
Not yet, but we're looking to launch a candy brand, so hopefully coming soon. Subscribe to his channel right now. Please subscribe.
I'm here with.
Riz, Gamers React.
And Riz, how old are you?
I am 26.
What's the most amount of money you made in one day?
Oh, 50, 60K? Really? Probably like 50, I think.
What do you make most of your money from?
Most of my money from AdSense.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got this over us. Yeah, what is that?
What? It's a supply drop.
UAV inbound. Yeah, what in the San Francisco is going on? That's crazy. What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought?
Probably my BMW M4 2022. That was 90K.
Okay.
90K.
I'm here with.
Murchada Soto,
And how old are you?
22.
What sort of videos do you make?
I do storytime skits and comedy videos, so I just typically talk to a camera, tell a story, pretty self-explanatory.
What's the most amount of money you made from a brand deal?
Most of my money I made from a brand deal, I would say 20K for a better help deal.
If there were 3 brands, your dream brands to work with, who would they be?
One of them is definitely Walmart because I do a lot of Walmart story times. Another one, which actually just happened, so I don't know if I can kind of cross that one off. I do a lot of videos about this Spanish candy called the Paleta Payaso.
Of course, yeah.
They reached out last month and they want me to do 2 paid videos for them, which is awesome. Yeah. And then Timberlands. Super yeah, the shoes, because that's all I wear. So I don't have any on right now, which is a little awkward, but I actually love wearing Timberlands.
Have you ever been broke before?
Have you ever been broke before? Oh yeah, a few times, let's say. Honestly, when I was working at Walmart for the longest time, you know, that was a tough little moment. I was just a kid in high school, you know. I would just live paycheck to paycheck. Sure.
I'm here with.
Nick T. Guy.
And Nick, what do you do?
I make candy artwork online, so I make like Minecraft blocks, Pokemon characters using primarily Tootsie Rolls.
And what's the main source of revenue for you?
Definitely YouTube AdSense. I post a lot of shorts, so a lot of like shorts money.
Do you do many brand deals?
I'd say maybe one every month or every couple months, but not consistent enough where I can count on it. It's more just like extra.
What's the most amount of money you've made in 1 month?
Ooh, are we gonna? I don't know if I want to. Well, no, I want to say because it's like super cool and it's cool what you can do with content. I'll give a range off AdSense between 10 and 20,000 for a month.
Sure. What was the minimum amount of money you think people need to go full time on YouTube?
I think it depends on your lifestyle. I was going full time. I was making probably around $1,000 or $2,000 a month. That was when I was like, hey, I can do this full time because expenses were low, so I figured it out.
What's the best investment you've ever made?
iPhone. I can't, if I don't have my phone, I am nothing in the creator world. Like everything goes through my iPhone. So like if I lose my iPhone, like I'm cooked, but that was the best thing I could get, obviously.
What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought?
Probably my car. I have a 2020 Mustang EcoBoost. It looks like the Batmobile. It was like $25,000, $30,000 car.
Is it expensive to produce short form content?
I would say not at all. I think the shorts margins are almost silly. Like I make candy artwork, right? So you go buy a bag of candy for $5 or $6. You can get like 2 or 3 videos out of that. And it's like each video is gonna make a couple $100. So it's like the return on shorts I think is pretty lucrative.
I'm here with
Ryan Mitchell.
And Ryan, how old are you?
I'm 20.
What's the most amount of money you've ever made in one day?
I have a Minecraft channel, which I think I generated around $9,000 in one day on. That month led me to $60,000, I believe.
Oh, interesting. What's the most amount of money you've made in 1 year?
360.
Do you have a team?
No, that was all solo, one person.
How long did it take to get started on YouTube?
I've been doing it since I was 10. I mean, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, so literally half of my life. When I was 16, I made like my first $1,000, I guess you could say.
Have you ever been broke before?
I mean, I was working on a vegetable farm. I never had money to hand it to me. Like, I think the best Christmas present I had was like an $800 computer, which was wild for my mom to give me, but I was able to make my first few videos on that.
I'm here with
Gutsy Aiden.
How old are you, Aiden?
I am 24.
What kind of content do you make?
Tech, gaming setups, and revamps, like room revamps.
What's the most amount of money you've ever made in one day?
85,000.
Oh, that's great. What have you been able to do by being a YouTuber? Like financial milestones, that kind of stuff?
I bought a house last year. I also run a mousepad company, like gaming mouse pads, desk mats, all of that. And we've done about 65,000 orders in 3 years.
Have you ever been broke before?
Oh, many times, man. You know, right around the pandemic, I lost my job. You know, back then, pandemic shut everything down. So I was living off of unemployment and I was streaming. And then I started the mousepad business in my garage and it sold out the first day. And that was like, I spent all my money that I had in my bank account to make it. I was down to a penny and I just sent it. Full sent it, and then we sold out in our first day. $20,000 instant.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an insane story. Hey, appreciate you. Subscribe to this guy, man.
I'm here with
Jordan Matter.
And Jordan, what do you do?
I make content with my daughter.
What are the main sources of revenue that you generate?
Primarily AdSense and brand deals. We don't try to sell products, but next year we will.
What are the biggest brands you work with?
We've done, a lot of brands. The biggest Fortune 500 brand was like Mattel, but we've done brand deals with most people.
Are there any brands that you haven't worked with, but you'd like to work with soon?
Target. Specifically because we were always in Target anyway, filming. So we've always wanted to have like a long-term collaboration with Target.
Amazing. In terms of investments, is there a certain investment you made in your life that you think is the best one you ever made?
I would say, my investment in my YouTube channel, to be honest, is like the best one. But in terms of like financial investments, I have a business manager and a financial investor for me. So they do that. And I think for us, investing is all about diversity, not being caught up too heavily in one thing.
Sure.
So we have a lot of diverse investments.
How long have you been making content?
7 years.
How long did it take before it started working out and you could do it full time?
Well, I didn't start doing it full time, but it was working out right away. But I didn't quit until COVID. Quit my other thing. I was a photographer. I did headshots for actors. I would advise anybody, hold on to the job that you have as long as possible, but also do full-time YouTube. In other words, just sleep less. Don't bail too quickly until you know that you've got a foothold in, because it's hard to go back. But once you know you have a foothold, go for it, because it's an incredible career.
How much is a lot of money on YouTube?
It depends. I was just talking to a creator who makes $40,000 a month. That's not considered a lot of money on YouTube, but he was a teacher where he made $40,000 a year. $500,000 a year is a lot of money. Don't think, oh wow, like you got to make $1 million a month or anything. It's just like, it's going to make you more than most any career. Most YouTubers that are successful, if they go into a party with a bunch of attorneys and doctors, they make more money than those medical professionals. They make more money, and they're 20 making YouTube videos. But most people don't get there. But if you get there, there's a lot of revenue to be made.
Final question. Looking down later in the line, what is your dream?
I'm living it. My dream is to still be able to make content with my kids and to have a great relationship with them.
Amazing.
And if that continues to happen, I'll be happy.